Welcome to day 25 of the Match World Cup video blog in association with Chewits. Now today is the second of the two rest days before the semi-finals kick off on Tuesday. And because obviously there are no matches taking place, there's a lot of talk and a lot of chance for people to really think about these huge matches that are coming up. And let's not forget, the winners of these games will go through to playing the biggest match in the world of football, the huge World Cup final. So the pressure is really on. And everyone in South Africa is talking about it, and the atmosphere and the excitement and the tension is building all the time. So I'm going to bring you some quick headlines from what's going on around South Africa today, and then we're going to go into a bit of a preview for Holland taking on Uruguay in that first semi-final. Okay, first up is news from the Holland camp, and some great news for them. Yesterday I told you Robin van Persie was looking stronger and he had a good chance of playing in the game. Well, they now feel he's almost a certainty. He's come to a full training session, he's looking strong, striking the ball well and back to his very, very best. So the injury problems that he had seem to be behind him. And Huntelaar doesn't need to come in and fill in anymore. RVP is ready to start the game. On the other side of the match, of course, there's Uruguay. And Diego Lugano, the news with him is breaking all the time. This key player, the captain of Uruguay. Now he's having a test on his knee and the questions over the injury are still remaining, so we're going to have to wait and see on that one. It might be up until just before kick-off, just before the team shoots a name, that we'll actually know whether he's fit or not. It's a bit of a closely guarded secret at the moment, so Uruguay have got their fingers crossed for that one. On the other side of the draw, we've got Spain against Germany, of course, and some strange news coming from the Spain camp. Cesc Fabregas this morning spent the morning in hospital. The questions are, no one really knows what the detail of that is, but he had to spend some time there, and the belief is that it was just having a few checks and a few tests. So fingers crossed, he'll be fine for the semi-final. Of course, he hasn't been starting for Spain in this tournament, but the way that he came off the bench and he made a real impact in the quarter-final, and the way he's been playing generally when he comes off the bench, means people are saying maybe he'll be the player to come in and replace Fernando Torres, and then slightly alter their formation. But either way, he was in hospital this morning, he's okay, and we're hopeful that there's no injury issues hanging over him. So again, the news will come out later and we'll let you know an update on that tomorrow. Beyond that, we've got Sami Khedira, who has had a bit of an issue with an injury, and it's now looking like he's getting over that and he's likely to start. All the news from the Germany camp is that all those injury questions that are hanging over their team, they're all being wiped away, and their squad is really, really strong and ready to go. Only Thomas Muller missing for the big match. So the German fans can feel very, very confident about the way they're set up. Now it's time to have a look at the two teams that are lining up in that first semi-final. So Holland first. In goal, it'll be Stekelenburg. He's been solid so far in this tournament and there's no need to change that. He might not make the incredible saves or be one of the world's best keepers, but he's reliable and solid and no mistakes so far, unlike a lot of the keepers in the tournament. So he'll be the number one. The defence is a little bit of a change there because Van der Veel's going to miss the game. So coming in at right back will probably be Andre Uya, the ex-Blackburn and now PSV right back. Big and physical, he can play at centre half and he did in the last game, but he's good at right back, he can play that position, he's very experienced there, so he won't be a weakness. At left back, it'll be the old-timer, Giovanni van Bronckhorst. He might have been playing for years and years and years, but he's as quick and as fit as ever. So he'll be there and he'll get forward a little bit and provide a little bit of support to the midfield when they need it. In the middle of the defence, you've got Everton's Johnny Heitinga and you've got Joris Matthijssen of Hamburg. Now those two are a good partnership. They've got a good football brain between them. Heitinga can move quite well and he's good in the air. So that's a nice little combination there and they'll be tough to get past. In front of them, you've got a double shield. Normally it's Nigel de Jong and Van Bommel, but Mark Van Bommel will be there on his own this time with a new partner. Nigel de Jong is suspended for the game. So I'd have thought probably Demi Dezou coming in to fill that role. Now he's got some decent experience, he's a good tackler, passes it well. He's maybe not quite on the level of de Jong, but he should be strong enough for this game, and they'll be hoping so. And in front of that is the all-out attack of the attacking four of Holland. Robben on the right, now fully fit after his injury. Schneider on the left, he'll be providing most of the creativity, he'll drop deep to go and collect the ball and do a bit of the passing. And then Dirk Kuyt, probably through the middle, but all three will switch and move around so that no one knows really where anyone's playing. So Kuyt will be there, providing a lot of that energy and all the battling spirit that he does for Liverpool as well. And he's had a really good tournament, so he'll probably want to step that up and maybe get a goal tomorrow. and then there'll be Robin van Persie leading the line. As long as he overcomes those niggling injury issues, which it looks like he's going to, he'll be there starting, and he'll be spearheading the attack. On the other side of things, looking at Uruguay, Muslera's played very well for them in goal, and he'll keep his place. He'll be a key man for them, because the defence, as I mentioned earlier, is having to have a few changes because of injuries and suspensions. Now, Diego Godin, he's back, and he's very strong, very important player in the middle of the defence, and Lagana will be there as well, the captain, as long as he passes his fitness tests. The other two positions, a bit more questions about that. Victorino and maybe Pereira, they're probably going to be players to start, but there are questions over fitness and over some tactical changes to get a little bit more pace into the defence, possibly, to handle the movement of Robin van Persie and the awareness there. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But you'll probably find that Diego Godin will track Van Persie, and then you'll find the midfield will drop back and the other defenders will pick up the midfield runners. So it'll be very interesting to see about how they deal with that attacking four of Holland. The midfield will probably be largely unchanged, because the core there of the midfield has been the key players really in the creativity for Uruguay, and there's nothing really to change that. So the likes of Fernandez and Rios and Perez, those will probably be the starting players there. And then up front, there's going to have to be a change, because Luis Suarez, Mr. Hands, Mr. I want to be a goalkeeper, well, he's obviously suspended for the game. So somebody's going to have to come in for him, but there are some real questions over that, questions as to whether they'll go for a 4-5-1, or maybe they'll have Forlan push through the middle and he'll be the lead striker. I don't think that's going to happen. Forlan's at his best. This is what went wrong when he was at Manchester United. He was pushed too far up the pitch and he was asked to be that lead striker, and he can't play that role, that's not his game. So I think he will remain as a support striker, and he'll be scurrying around outside the box, giving him the opportunity to get a bit more space and to have those pot shots from distance. And then you'll probably find that Abril will come into the team and he'll provide a little bit of extra battling kind of quality. Maybe Cavani will start, because he's been starting generally, but you know, possibly, maybe not Abril, maybe it will be somebody else, one of the more attacking options who will come in ahead of Forlan. We'll have all that information for you tomorrow for the blog, and obviously with the full match report. It's going to be an absolutely awesome game, a real mix of styles. Uruguay with their physical battling spirit, with their midfield getting really, really tight and tracking every run that takes place by Holland. But will their midfielders be able to handle the movement and the skills and the passing that the Dutch possess? That's the big question. The pace of Robin out wide on the right, that will be really interesting to see him coming up and taking on, well, to be fair, questions over whether it be Pereira or not, but whoever it is he's facing, they've got a really tough job on their hands. So we're going to have to wait and see on that. And obviously the double defensive shield with Demi Dezou and Mark van Bommel, they'll be tracking those runs of Forlan and probably of Cavani as well, who will be making a nuisance of themselves in and around the box. And their best chance will be getting a good shot, getting a set piece, a free kick, or maybe an early corner from which their defenders can come up and have a go in the air, or maybe the free kick which Forlan can have a go at goal, because we've seen already that he loves striking that Jabulani ball and he can get some real movement out of it. So a massive game. The winner of it will go through to the biggest game in the world of footy, the World Cup final, and it's going to be absolutely huge. Whoever makes it, those players at the end of that match are going to be so overjoyed, because it's a brand new experience for any of those players. And I can't wait for it to take place. Okay, that's the end of my World Cup video blog in association with Chewits. I'll be back tomorrow with all the feedback from the big game and all the information coming up in build-up to Germany against Spain, which is taking place on Wednesday. I'll see you then.